Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here with another animation review mini vlog. I know it's been a while since I reviewed a cartoon series of any kind, and I'm sorry for the delay for those who have been looking forward to this video. Today I'll be looking back at one of my favourite anime series of all time, the original early 2000s Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel monsters from the original Konami trading card game and such like. Now, I've got the Speed Duel Streets of Battle City box with me here because it's the only representation of the anime I've got because I don't own any DVDs and such from it yet. So, for those who don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an anime series about the boy called Yugi Moto, this guy here with the spiky multicolored hair, who has basically put together a three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle in the shape of an upside-down pyramid that turned out to be, one of the 7 Millennium items. A collection of ancient artifacts from 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. And these Millennium items are basically the key to locking away an ancient form of magic called an interdimensional monster battle called the Shadow Games, where it's been causing trouble for thousands of years. And the Millennium Puzzle also contained the spirit of the ancient pharaoh Atem, who had lost his memories as part of his sacrifice to steal away the dark magic of the Shadow Games 5,000 years ago. So basically the spirit of Atem can possess Yugi's body at any time, allowing him to age up from a shy, well-meaning, kind 11-year-old boy to a fully grown 18 or 19-year-old ruthless card battler who has got full experience with the storyline and all the monster battle strategies and such like for the card game. The original anime series was subtitled Duel Monsters after a trading card game with the same name, which was invented both in real life and in universe to tie in with the anime series. The card game was invented by a man called Maximilian Pegasus, who ended up being the main villain of season 1 of the anime. There are 6 series in total with a grand total of 224 episodes and a couple of movies from the original line. I've not seen the movies yet and I'm only partway through season 6, but I have seen most of the rest of the series, so I'll be able to give a brief overview. So, season 1 was Duelist Kingdom, where Maximilian Pegasus, the creator of the Duel Monsters card game in-universe within the anime, challenged some of the best duelists in the world to come to his personal island to basically battle for the top spot to be the world champion. This is where Yugi's main friendship group, rivals, and his grandfather Solomon Muto come into it. So the main group of friends for the main part of the storyline are Joey Wheeler, his younger sister Serenity Wheeler, Tristan Taylor, Taya Gardner, and their main rival Seto Kaiba and his younger brother Mokuba Kaiba. Seto and Mokuba are not Kaiba by blood, only by adoption, but they have taken up the Kaiba name and inherited their stepfather's gaming company, Kaiba Corp, or the Kaiba Corporation as it used to be called. Now, Seto Kaiba has a bit of an obsession with a certain monster card from a card game, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And this dates back to his former incarnation life as High Priest Seto of ancient Egypt, who was also equally obsessed with the Blue Eyes White Dragon. However, the modern-day Seto Kaiba is completely allergic to the idea of Egyptian mythology and just refuses to admit that he has any link to it whatsoever, because he's focused on modernizing the technology behind the card game battles and such. He was the one responsible for those big blade-like dual-disc arm-mounted things that people wear for the later episodes. So, yes, for 7 Millennium items, the Millennium Puzzle, owned by Yugi Moto, allows the wielder to possess the spirit of Pharaoh Atem. Then there's the Millennium Eye, which is used by, Maximilian Pegasus. It allows telepathy and to see into the souls of other people, as well as imprisoning those souls in blank dual monster cards, which Pegasus used to great effect in Season 1. Then there's the Millennium Ring, which is used by another secondary character called Bakura, who's one of the main overarching villains of the anime, as you'll find out from later episodes. The Millennium Ring has the ability to track the energy signature of the other Millennium items with its dangling pointy bits that become sentient and point forwards whenever they detect one. The Millennium Ring also allows the user to see into other people's souls as well, but not in a telepathic kind of way. Then there's the Egyptian Ankh-shaped Millennium Key, wielded by Shadi, one of the ancient tomb keepers. This allows him to basically unlock the deepest recesses of someone's mind and basically traverse the internal hallways and such, trying to find lost memories and such. Then there's the Millennium Rod, which was previously held by the villain Marik Ishtar, who was another tomb keeper of the pharaoh who ended up turning evil at one point. The Millennium Rod enables basically coercive mind control of anyone the wielder of the rod wishes to use it on. Then there's the Millennium Necklace, which was wielded by Marik's sister Ishizu Ishtar, which grants visions of the future to those that wear it. And finally there's the Millennium Scales, which have since gone missing for most of the series. The Millennium Scales were supposed to be able to judge the balance of good or evil in someone's heart and basically, judge the people's morality so you would know who to trust and whatnot. So, when the 7 Millennium items are brought together, the person who brings them all together is granted the Millennium Wish. And this Millennium Wish is basically, the original concept for what Gabriel Agreste wanted to do in Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, essentially. There's a lot of parallels between Miraculous and Yu-Gi-Oh! I have to admit. So, going back to the season-by-season plot lines. Season 2 was Battle City, which was a new tournament started by Seto Kaiba and his younger brother Mokuba. Season 3 was the Digital World, where Seto and Mokuba's adoptive half-brother Noah Kaiba, who was a Kaiba by blood, not by adoption, had his digital form basically tried to enslave the main protagonist group inside a virtual world, along with the 5 main executives of Kaiba Corp that Seto Kaiba fired when he took over the company. And Season 3 also concluded the Battle City story arc that started in Season 2. Then Season 4 was the Waking the Dragon story arc, which featured a new villain called Darts from the 10,000-year-old sunken city of Atlantis, and the Fang of Critias, Claw of Hermos, and Eye of Timaeus dragon cards, which turned out to be 3 ancient knights of Atlantis that had been cursed to turn into dragons by Darts' evil magic 10,000 years ago, but Yugi managed to set them free. During the Battle City story arc, the Egyptian god cards were first used: Slifer the Sky Dragon, the Winged Dragon of Ra, and Obelisk the Tormentor. I've already gone over at length in my review of the Battle City card box about my feelings on Slifer the Sky Dragon, and I do intend to obtain the upcoming Bandai Japan model kits of the Egyptian god monsters as well for future reference. Stay tuned for future reviews to find out more about those. As for Season 5, that was the, Kaiba Corp Grand Championship, where Seto Kaiba launched yet another championship to determine the true world champion, trying to reclaim what he believed was his rightful title from Yugi after the multiple defeats he'd suffered in the past. Then finally Season 6 is the Dawn of the Duel story arc, where Yugi's mind was transferred back to 5,000 years ago, reuniting with his original body, Pharaoh Atem, in order to stop Dark Bakura, the king of the village of bandits, from getting revenge on the pharaoh for the destruction of his village during the time the Millennium items were created, because the dark magic that created the Millennium items required a sacrifice. Then of course there's also the movies, Bonds Beyond Time, Pyramid of Light, and Dark Side of Dimensions, which again I've only seen very few clips of and not the whole thing so far. I'll cover those in my separate movie review sub-series when I get around to them. But for now, the basics of the card game are outlined in the anime, whereby there's monster cards, magic cards, trap cards, the ability to fuse monsters into bigger, more powerful monsters, and certain types of cards that are immune to the effects of other cards, and so on and so forth. I've explained all of this in my review of the card box already, so I'll not go over it again here. I'll leave a link in the description below to my review of the Battle City card box for those that are interested. So, with that said, I've been Sandblaster1987, thanks again for watching. My, next animation review will be, let's see now, Transformers Animated, 2008. Till then, till all are one, and may the heart of the cards be with you.